Yeah, hi, good evening everyone. So today we are going to start the disaster management. So disaster management is more about various aspects which I'll explain you as the we do the answer writing. So first see the first question. Discuss about the vulnerability of India to earthquakes related hazards. Give examples, including the salient features of major disasters caused by earthquakes in different parts of India during the last 3 decades. So there are a couple of parts for this answer. So see the question again. Discuss about the vulnerability of India to the earthquake related hazards. Give examples, including the salient features of major disasters caused by earthquakes in different parts of India during the last 3 decades. Just attempt this answer. You give the thinking line and then the model, what are the framework related for this answer? Yeah. So in disaster management of late, the template by the UPSC is they are focusing more on the preventive and mitigation part. Okay. So post disaster or during the disaster, today we have very good sequence of steps to take care. For example, if the cyclone is predicted, what to do during the course of cyclone, how to mitigate the impact with regard to the lives of people, how to control the damage to the property. All these are now well established. Even now we can see today, because the disaster like cyclone, the human life loss is very less. In 1990s, when the technology was not there and the cyclone was very sudden, there was a lot of life loss. But today the situation is different. Because we live exact time, we are able to tell. And hence, post disaster, that is after disaster, what to do, and to mitigate the disaster, what we have to do. These are the steps which are now being addressed. Okay, now in this context, see the question about the vulnerability of India to earthquake related hazards. So for this, we can write with an introduction about India being that particular very vulnerable zone where it is meeting the Gondwana land. So India is in the vulnerable zone because the tectonic activity is quite high, because the Himalayas are created based on the subduction zone. That is the geography part. You can slightly mention it. And then come to the vulnerability part. In vulnerability, how you will answer is, you will answer through India map. There are various zones of vulnerability. Zone 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 being the highest. Fifth. Zone 5 being the highest and zone 2 being the lowest risk. On the extreme northeast, while zone 4 is on the Kashmir side, that is the Leh Ladakh side. And zone 2 is the plain zone, that is the Ganga plains, where the is quite low. And then zone 3 is the Deccan Plateau. And Zone 2 is again, zone 2 and zone 4 we have discussed, zone 5, zone 3, zone 2. So these zones you have to mark on the Indian map and explain the vulnerability with regard to this zonation. Zonation is very important with regard to the answering of disaster management. Draw Indian map wherever required, because that is most important. And then once you have explained the vulnerability, you have to give examples, including the salient features of major disasters caused by earthquakes in different parts. So you have to say what are the major disasters of the earthquake in the last 3 decades, that is from 1990 to 2020. So what are the major earthquakes which you are aware of? So one is the earthquake of the Gujarat. The Gujarat earthquake of 2001 is a very huge earthquake in the Bhuj district, the Kutch. It killed many people and create widespread havoc. And the second major thing is the tsunami caused earthquake. We all know the tsunami caused earthquake, which was one of the major catastrophes, not only in India, but the entire Southeast Asia. And then you can write about the various earthquakes, like the Latur earthquake and various landslides, which frequently happen in the hilly regions of Himachal and the Northeast region. And then for such questions, try to give way forward as a measure oriented way forward. Okay, so what would be the measure oriented way forward? You can have the zonation mapping, as I just discussed. When you have entire India divided into various zones, what approach with regard to the development in that particular zone should be taken is very well known. So Western Ghats is a very ecologically sensitive zone. So you cannot have the same concept of development in a plain area and Western Ghats area. So when you have zonation, you can plan development. And then you can have earthquake resistant building techniques. Okay. So what are the other solutions which you think are valid? So other solutions are earthquake resistant buildings, awareness generation, and planning development in a very systematic way. Stopping illegal constructions. Yes. Yes. Stopping illegal connections. Okay. So all these are important aspects of reducing the impact of earthquake. Okay. So that is the first question. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So whose questions will I discuss in the last class? Sushmita Dubey. Okay, Sushmita, you're in the class. Okay, good introduction. Yes, close to 60% of India is prone to earthquakes. Yes, good. Very good. I don't know how much time you have taken to draw this map, but it's a very good projection of the earthquake prone status. Good. But Sushmita, you have taken 3 pages. 1, 2. It's a 250-word question, I believe.
No, sir, it's 150.
Sorry.
It's 150 words, sir.
Okay, then Sushmita, you have taken too much space. Okay, what? Okay, see, I think your content is only 150 words. That much I can see. But then you could not accommodate the space. So what you can do is, your content is only 150 words and it is relevant content. Okay, you have covered most of the dimensions. Okay, what you can do is, instead of wasting this space for map, you see you have used half page for map. Completely, you are conveying things. So what you can do is, instead of this big map, draw the map of this size on the right side, accommodate the map here, and then continue writing answer here. Then you'll complete the answer in 2 pages, because your content is not more than 150 words. Okay, good. It's a good answer.